Hello everyone, welcome to our webinar which is broadcast every Thursday at 11 a.m. My name is Serhat and today's webinar topic is Basic Requirements for Effective Operation of Fire Detection Systems. Today we are going to talk about in this presentation Introduction, Standard Compliance and Documentation, Design, Electrical Installation and Wiring, Responsible People for Business and their System Knowledge, Periodic Maintenance, and Conclusion. And let's start. When a fire detection system doesn't work effectively, it is often the first thing comes to people's mind, is there a problem with the products in this system? The fact is that as with many weak current systems, the effective operation of fire detection systems depends on many parameters, which we will talk about in detail in this presentation. Those are standard compliance and documentation, design, electrical installation and wiring, domination of persons responsible for business, and periodic maintenance. The number one is product quality. Although the healthy operation of a system doesn't only depend on product quality, one of the most important factors is quality. After all, even if you are the chef of a famous five-star restaurant, the food that will come out will not be very delicious if the ingredients in your hand are stale. You may even get poisoned. So, how do we know if the product that make up the fire detection system are of good quality? In accordance with the 305/2011 EU Building Materials Regulation, every product forming the system has been awarded the CPR certificate. And there is declaration of performance by the manufacturer. It needs to be arranged. Design is another important parameter for the effective operation of fire detection systems. Let's explain the reason with a short example. Optical smoke detectors detect the fire situation according to particle density in the environment in which is located due to its detection technology. In areas such as kitchen and tea stove, water vapor is formed during cooking, making tea and coffee. If an optical smoke detector is placed in the kitchens during project planning, the detector may give false alarm. In this case, switching the detector to alarm status without fire has nothing to do with the product quality. Which resources should be our references when designing fire detection systems? Device forming fire detection system must be designed in accordance with EN 54 standards. Electrical installation and wiring. Proper electrical installation and wiring is one of the indispensable parameters for effective operation of fire detection systems. You ask why? Let's explain with an example. You made the design in accordance with the relevant standards and regulations. You have received fire detection devices that have been granted a CPR certificate in internationally accredited organizations. However, there is a ground fault in the installation. In this case, there may be a problem in the communication between the fire detection panel and the devices, and therefore, the system may not work effectively. And responsible people for business and their system knowledge. Authorized persons responsible for the operation of the system must understand the language of the system. It is important to see fire warning coming to the panel on the screen and know where the alarm is coming from. What fault conditions are displayed? Main faults, battery fault, sounder faults, etc. And what do LEDs on the panel say? It is important to know which LEDs are on in which faults and what are the buttons on the panel for. We must know how to silence the sounders, how to activate it again, and how the system is restored. Periodic maintenance. Periodic maintenance of fire detection system is required. This requirement is specified both in EN 54 standards. However, in addition to the legal obligation, the system must be periodically maintained in order to operate effectively, in other words, to maintain it. Even if all the parameters we mentioned earlier are done properly, if the maintenance is not regularly performed by a competent technical team, the system may not work effectively again. Let's explain with a short example. Dust in the environment accumulates in the photoelectric cell of optical smoke detectors over time. Detectors may give false alarm when the pollution level of the detectors increases. For this reason, smoke detectors should be cleaned regularly. As a conclusion, there are many parameters for a fire detection system to function properly. When all these parameters are done properly, the system can work effectively. Even if there is a problem with a parameter, the system may not work effectively. Therefore, all stages from the design of fire detection system to operation and maintenance should be carried out with care by a competent team. Thank you for your participation to our webinar. If you have questions about this webinar and before week's webinars, you can feel free to ask me from chat box.